Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen people take credit for things they never did forever in this country. They came to this land taking credit for shit they never did. They do this on jobs, they do this in school, and we know they do it in college because they're buying their term papers from Kenya, from the great black minds that come out of Kenya. And they're doing this heavily in the US and the UK. So taking credit for things you never did is a US pastime, ladies and gentlemen. And now Trump is doing it right before our eyes on something he absolutely had nothing to do with. But use this as a learning moment, ladies and gentlemen, because he's showing us how it's done. Something they have been doing for centuries. Inventions, stealing ideas, stealing money, stealing wealth, all through things they never really truly did. So Trump is just showing us this is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is how we've gotten away with it forever. So this came out in Vox January 9th, 2020. Trump is taking credit for the decades old decline in cancer deaths. Now, I did a story probably about a month ago on how cancer deaths have declined dramatically in the Black community. And I have to contribute that to many of us are now changing our eating habits. And we realize this American diet is really, truly the problem. And I'm just loving that I'm seeing a lot of Black people get back into herbs and supplements and caring about how you look, caring about your weight, and so on and so forth. And it's definitely helping when you see stuff like this. So let's get into this laughable story, ladies and gentlemen. It's great news that cancer is falling in the US. I lost my father to cancer. So this subject matter has always been important to me. So the cancer death rate in the US just took the biggest year on year tumble ever, falling 2.2% from 2016 to 2017. And the American Cancer Society reported Wednesday. So good. That's excellent news. By Thursday, guess who was taking credit for curbing cancer deaths? You got to understand, this is historic for people like Trump to do this. And number two, it's an election year. So the man is going to grab on to whatever he can. President Donald Trump, who, if you'll recall, only took office in 2017. So, yes, this drop in cancer has been going on for a few decades. So, this is what he tweeted on January 9th, 2020 at 10 a.m. U.S. cancer death rate lowest in recorded history. A lot of good news coming out of this administration, which is a bold-faced lie. His administration had zero to do with the decline in cancer deaths. That decline falls on the American people for doing better with their health, not Trump. In reality, the good news about cancer has been part of decade-long trend decline. From in 1991, cancer mortality has fell continuously through 2017, and I'm sure it's still declining, y'all. The American Cancer Society reported. So if Trump took office in 2017 and the decline was noticed in 1991, then it is very safe to say Trump and his administration had zero to do with the drop in cancer deaths. But you see how he conveniently tried to take this and put it on himself? That's how it's done. If it looks good, I'll claim it. It's amazing how when it looks bad, they don't claim it. Okay. Resulting and an overall decline of 29%, or an estimated 2.9 million fewer cancer deaths. You can see that cancer death curve in the chart below. So, as you can see, wow, that's great. It dropped between both men and women. It's amazing. Wow. This consistent drop is remarkable. It sure is. It sure is. And maybe now we can look at a future without a lot of cancer deaths. And, I certainly do hope that happens, especially since it's occurring at a time when overall mortality is trending up. But while the news of yet another year on year decline in cancer deaths is great, it has been great every year since the early 1990s, when Trump was merely a real estate mogul and a fixture in New York's socialite scene. You know what? Trump ain't even, he's not even a real estate mogul. This man sucks at business, you know. But it's amazing how everybody overlooks the fact that this man is horrible at business. But let's move on. So, what's driving the trend? Part of the story is that there have been huge advances in early detection and treatment of four major cancers: lung, breast, prostate, and colorectal. And that's helped, but that's helped make these cancers more survivable. You know what? I say it's the people. And this is why. Like I said, I have seen a lot of people change their habits and do better as far as what they eat and what they drink, and using the herbs a lot more often. I really believe that's what did it. But medical science, another one. Whenever something is trending down, they want to take the credit, but I'm telling you, I put the credit for this on the people. I take a whole different position. Okay, so these trends reflect the increasing and still increasing awareness about the health hazards of smoking. Rebecca Siegel, a researcher with the American Cancer Society, told Vox in 2018. So if there is a decrease in smoking, then that is the people that are driving that decline. Okay, it's the people that have made a conscious effort either not to smoke or quit smoking. That's on the people. Again, I give the credit for less cancer to the people, period. In other cancers, the gains haven't been as dramatic, or there have been reversals. The rate of liver cancer incidence is rising faster than any other cancer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has a lot to do with the drug and alcohol use in America. So if you didn't have so many people out here abusing the drugs and alcohol, you would not have a rise in liver cancer. They need to tell you why that rise exists. And I notice they don't. And it has everything to do with the opioid epidemic out here. And a lot of these people that are doing drugs are also doing a lot of alcohol too. And that's what's driving up all of the incidents of liver cancer, hepatitis C, and we also seen that driven up from the drug abuse, along with hepatitis A and hepatitis B. Okay, so they're saying the undiagnosed hepatitis C is among baby boomers. The great progress against colorectal cancer is also showing a trend that may be explained, at least in part, by the obesity epidemic. Yes, I do agree with that. Improvements in cancer deaths are not unique to the United States. The largest study of cancer survival trends, published in 2018 in Lancet, pulled data from cancer registries in 71 countries and covering 67% of the world's population from 2000 to 2014. They too found cancer survival is increasing in many countries, even for some of the most deadly cancers, such as liver and lung. Trump can't take credit for those either. Trump gets zero credit. Okay, come on. This man gets zero credit. He doesn't know nothing about no cancer and treatment or anything else. So for him to pat himself on the back for something like this is downright laughable. Man can't even run his own businesses. Even Michael Cohen said his tax financial situation is a mess. That being said, nobody like that of this ilk can do a damn thing about cancer deaths or any death from any ailment for that reason. My administration takes credit for the decades and decades of cancer deaths in America. Let me pat myself on the back. You know, y'all, look, this is right up there with him trying to say that Ivanka was responsible for the drop in the unemployment rate, if you remember that. Ivanka don't have a goddamn thing to do with that. But see, this is what these folks do, and they're going to continue to do this in the future. We know these folks haven't done any of those things, but they're going to keep putting it upon themselves anyway. And this is what they have done all throughout history, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, look like a desperate move to me. Very desperate looking, very needy and desperate looking. A need to try to make yourself seem more important than what you really truly are. We know you're not that important, but this is how the propping up process takes place, ladies and gentlemen. Please, please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.